What is up, my beautiful bros? Maine-iac here with another NBA game picks and spread predictions. The first one of the year, so let's do it with lots of energy. And we're going to do a special one. Since it's the first of the year, we're also going to be doing a standings update at the end of the video, so stay tuned if you want to see that. You have the Jazz at the Raptors. Raptors currently favored by 2 here, NBA TV, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, if you are interested in watching via Spectrum, DirecTV, or NBA Game Pass, whatever. It doesn't matter. Very interesting matchup here for sure. If I look at what the current injury report states, it says no Grayson Allen and no Kyle Lowry. No Kyle Lowry for the Raptors could be an issue, but I think the Raptors handle it at home. I think the advantage is they are at home. A win here for the Jazz would be big, bringing them to 500, but it is against one of the toughest opponents in the league. It should be a good game. Pistons Bucks. Bucks favored by 10 here. I think they will win. I think they will cover. In the case, I think I might have forgot, I'm going to pick the Raptors to cover it, because the spread's only 2. I pick them up to 3.5. As for the Bucks, I'd cover them up to 11.5, just because I believe the Bucks out-athleticize the Pistons, or more athletic, I should say. It should still be a good game, at least 3 quarters through. Knicks Nuggets by 13.5 here. I'd pick them to win. I think it's going to be a close cover. So I think 13.5 is probably my maximum. I'd probably feel more comfortable around 10.5, but I feel like Jokic can do almost anything, so I can't go against him. And you have the Kings hosting the Trailblazers. Trailblazers favored by 1 here. Kings on a little bit of a slide. And I think, in all honesty, Trailblazers have the superior roster, but I'm going to pick the Kings in the upset because, I pick upsets. I love picking upsets. It's one thing I do, and I do usually decently well. And I like picking the Kings this year, which so far has not really worked that well. They're Portland's favored by 1, but it's a really close game. I'm picking the Kings here because they're at home, and I like Buddy Hield in this matchup. I think, although McCollum is pretty good, I think the Kings can exploit his defense. You got 76ers at the Clippers. Clippers favored by 2 here. I'm going to pick the Clippers to win and cover. Normally I'd pick the 76ers here, but the injury status of Joel Embiid is a concern. Now, as for the standings update, no one has been waiting for it because no one's watching it at this point. Haha, I kid. We're going to do conference-wise. We have the Bucks at the 1 seed, half a game ahead of Toronto. And it's a unique situation because it's technically, Toronto's the 1 seed. And Milwaukee's the 2 seed, half a game back. And the reason why I said Milwaukee is the 1 seed is because the way ESPN does it is by win percentage. And win percentage-wise, Milwaukee is still better because Toronto has 2 wins and 1 loss more than the Bucks, which lowers the .714. So anyway, the standings are Toronto at the 1, Milwaukee half a game back at the 2, Indy 3 or a game and a half back at the 3, 76ers 3.5 back at the 4, Boston 5 back at the 5, Charlotte and Miami super close, 8 and 8.5 back respectively at the 6th and 7th seed, Pistons at the 9 or at the 8th seed, 9 games back, and then we have a tie for 9th and 10th with Brooklyn and Orlando 10 games back. In the West, we have a tie. For the 1 seed, we have the Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors, currently tied for the 1 seed, with Oklahoma City 1 game back at the 3, Clippers and Rockets tied 3 games back at the 4 and 5, Lakers and Trailblazers tied 3.5 games back at the 6 and 7, and San Antonio rounding it out 4 games back at the 8. And interesting thing to note about the standings in the Western Conference at least is the fact that 9th through 14th in the Western Conference are literally just 3 games back of each other. It's been an incredible season, guys. I hope you have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.